If you're resigning from your current employer, do you worry about how they portray you after you leave? In this episode of Workplace Dynamics podcast, I'm processing the various resignation contexts as to how sometimes we end up overcompensating for our resignation by bragging about our achievements in the organization or talking down the organization we work for. Now, let's not blame anybody who's leaving the organization. It's a natural process, people leave. But when we leave, are we leaving happily or sadly? I don't know. The emotions could be quite mixed, and it's quite confusing, emotionally draining too. Why do I say that? Because we communicate differently to different people. Think about it. You meet your boss, you tell them, look, I'm leaving. Or the boss want to know, why are you leaving? They're a little more curious. They will say, where are you going? For the why, maybe you have the right answer saying, look, I've achieved everything I wanted to achieve. I've hit a plateau here. Somebody is giving a bigger role, better role. Or if you think you have an honest relationship with the boss, you're saying, look, boss, this relationship is not working, so I'm going. Where I'm going, maybe we can say none of your business, but the way we say it is, look, I have 3 offers, I'm deciding where I'm going. Then you go and meet your peers and you tell, look, I've got double the offer. So these guys can't match it, so I'm going there. You meet your team, you say, look, what all we had to together achieve as a team, we've already done that. So I'm looking for another opportunity, I'm going there. You meet HR, you say, look, boss is so toxic, I can't work with him or her anymore. So we give different reasons to different people, forgetting that all of them talk to each other. And that's how we all sound diabolic. And rightfully so, because we're confused. As much as we prepared so much as to how we'll communicate about resignation, I think once we start doing it, we get real, it gets to us. And it is confusing and we give different signals. But for me, the most compelling confusion that I try to process in great difficulty is how we use this forum to brag about ourselves. When I joined, the company was here. I took it here. When I joined, this team was really doing badly. The productivity was low. We did the following things. We worked hard. We made the following changes, and a whole lot of conversations about selling ourselves again. I sometimes ask myself, is it a resignation or a resume? Are we giving our resumes to the people with whom we worked with? Is there a reason to tell your peer or a boss or a HR or a team saying, look, we all achieved the following things? You already done the selling to the next employer, you sold yourself, got a better offer. Would you like to close this as better as you can versus trying to sell yourself again? Yeah, we all want acknowledgement. Some of the organizations and bosses, especially people like me, are not very generous with compliments. So what you do is you end up creating your own send-off forums by appreciating yourself, telling what you achieved. Wouldn't it look nice if your employer or your boss, your HR, your teammates talked about you, then you're doing it? So ask this question. When you are resigning, do you want a closure to move on? Or you want a certification from your employer that you're a great employee? Thank you for tuning into my Workplace Dynamics podcast once again. Till we meet again, bye-bye.